This is the front line of Donald Trump's immigration crackdown. In the north of Minneapolis, an ICE operation is underway. The officers are heavily armed and confronted by angry protesters.
You guys suck so bad. You're gonna be in so much prison.
This is a heavily Latino community, and many here are terrified.
Stay away from the vehicle. Stay away from the vehicle.
Car alarms have been set off to warn of the raid. Some are whistling to alert other residents. Sebastian, not his real name, is watching with growing unease.
I was just like, what's going on here? Like, I was scared. I was nervous because, like, out of nowhere, a lot of them arrived, and I saw one of them get like aggressive with one of my buddies. So I was like, hey, what's going on?
Even though he is an American citizen, after the shooting of Alex Pretti, he's too afraid to show his face.
But does it make you sort of question your long-term future?
Yes, it for sure does. It for sure does make me think about the future, like what's it gonna look like in 10 years. Some of my uncles are already thinking about going back because of everything that's been going on.
Hola.
Hola.
This Mexican woman and her two sons are illegal immigrants and are praying for a miracle.
Pues mi nombre conoció.
They feel the net is closing in on them. They don't want to reveal their identity. In fact, they haven't set foot outside their tiny apartment since well before Christmas. The season of goodwill is a phrase which feels pretty hollow to them.
Do you feel the American dream is over for you?
Se rompió. Esto ya no es un sueño. Esto ya es una película de terror que estamos viviendo. Ya somos prácticamente es una película de terror lo que está pasando al ver cómo se están matando nos están matando. ¿Se imagina el miedo que tenemos si a un ciudadano lo matan? ¿Qué nos esperamos nosotros? O sea, nosotros no tenemos confianza de salir a nada, más que mis vecinos que nos están apoyando con ir a tirar hasta nuestra basura, tienen que ir a tirar nuestros vecinos. Hasta de eso dependemos nosotros.
They survive on food parcels delivered by a church group. The soup, tuna.
Arroz que nos han traído.
The children haven't been to school for weeks. They acknowledge they broke the law to come here, but say it was for the right reasons.
Porque ahora sí que nos están viendo como unos delincuentes cuando nuestro único delito es venir a trabajar para ofrecerle una mejor vida a nuestras familias, para poder dar un sustento a nuestros hijos. Creo yo que eso no es algo que les haga un mal y sin en cambio nos están tratando como lo peor.
So how often do you see ICE here?
At least once a day.
Once a day?
Yeah, once a day at least.
Kevin Rosas does venture out. He has US citizenship, meaning he can go looking for federal agents to warn the others. But his patrols aren't without risk.
We have a target who's driving a vehicle that matches this description. Do you have an ID, sir?
Sí tengo, pero ¿por qué?
I just told you. Do you need Spanish?
Yeah.
He recorded his previous interactions with ICE. He claims on one occasion he was assaulted by agents, leaving him with cuts and a sprained wrist.
I've been stopped twice. The second time I was brutally assaulted, and then I was also detained for 3 hours, and I got taken to Whipple where they're stationed.
The Department of Homeland Security didn't respond to our questions about Kevin's detention.
What do you think is happening to America?
A lot of families have noticed that it's not the same American dream that they once lived up to when they first arrived here. Most of these families have been here since like their early ages, like 11, and maybe some even younger, and they didn't even get the chance to study. All they did was work and pay their bills and pay their taxes.
Do they feel a sense of betrayal?
I don't even think they feel betrayal. They just feel fear, and maybe not even for themselves, mostly for their own kids.
A community which feels the Trump administration is hostile to its very presence in America. Dan Rivers, News at 10, Minneapolis.
Tonight, the White House said no one wanted to see people getting hurt or killed in America's streets, but blamed the Democrats for the rising tensions. And those tensions were all too clear to see as protests continued in Minneapolis.
Minneapolis is still reeling over the weekend killing of the protester Alex Pretti. Overnight, his fellow activists gathered outside a hotel where federal agents are staying. At first attempting to make sure their voices were heard by those inside. But it soon descended into chaos as immigration enforcement agents emerged to confront the handful of demonstrators. That Minneapolis is again being convulsed by such fury. More than 5 years after the killing of George Floyd, is the result of what unfolded in just a few horrifying seconds on Saturday morning. Video from multiple angles appears to show that Alex Pretti was filming immigration agents with his phone, and then intervened to help a woman who had been pushed to the ground. He had a holstered pistol, which he legally owned. But only after being disarmed did federal agents shoot him at close range. White House officials insist agitators are to blame and accuse Democrats of creating an atmosphere of hysteria.
This tragedy occurred as a result of a deliberate and hostile resistance by Democrat leaders in Minnesota. For weeks, Governor Walz and the Mayor Jacob Fry and other elected Democrats were spreading lies about federal law enforcement officers who are risking their lives daily to remove the worst criminal illegal aliens from our streets.
But there are some signs of an attempt at de-escalation by Trump, including this social media post that said he had a very good call with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and that they're on a similar wavelength. Trump is also sending his border czar Tom Homan to Minneapolis, perhaps recognizing that the two agent-involved killings, first of Renee Good, no! and now of Alex Pretti, may prove politically devastating. Those who knew Pretti best are appalled that some right-wing voices are seeking to portray him as a threat, even a domestic terrorist.
I think that's just slander, that's just character assassination. Obviously, Alex is not here to defend himself. So I think we need to really convey the narrative that Alex was you and I. He was a good citizen and, you know, had a really strong sense of civic duty and really wanted to do the right thing and stand up for people that he thought were being targeted.
We got the power! Who's got the power?
But nationwide, the protests are building. And the sense of outrage is palpable. For many liberal Americans, this is a galvanizing moment. Robert Moore, News at 10, Washington.
And let's talk to Dan now in Minneapolis. Dan, we saw the president blowing incredibly hard on Greenland and then kind of reversing course when you sensed, you know, his base was beginning to peel off. It's tempting to view what's sort of happening tonight in similar terms, or do you think that's overstated and exaggerated?
Well, I think there are signs he's seeking to strike a much more conciliatory tone. Certainly, we heard in Robert's report about that call with Tim Walz. They said they're on a similar wavelength. There are reports tonight that ICE agents are being recalled from here, that Greg Bovino, the Border Patrol commander who has led the investigation into Alex Pretti's killing, is being reassigned. A few minutes ago, the Democrat congressman from California, Ro Khanna, a trenchant critic of Donald Trump, was here at the scene. I asked him if he thought Donald Trump was now taking an off-ramp.
I hope so. That would be good for this country. I hope he de-escalates. I hope he de-escalates. I hope he sees the division that he's creating, that the ICE agents are creating. It's not good for the country.
I think one of the other things to note, Tom, is that some of his own party have voiced real concerns. The candidate for governor here in the midterms, Chris Madel, had dropped out of the race because he felt he couldn't defend what happened here. So I think there is every sign now that Donald Trump has got that message and has decided to de-escalate somewhat.
OK, Dan, thank you very much indeed.